5th of May 1945. After 5 years of Nazi occupation, a single day changed everything for the Netherlands. In a small hotel in the university town of Wageningen, a German general signed a surrender document. And across the Netherlands, a country that had been silenced began, slowly, to make noise again. This is the story of Bevrijdingsdag, Dutch Liberation Day. The German occupation of the Netherlands began in May 1940. It lasted 5 years. In that time, the Netherlands lost over 100,000 of its Jewish citizens to deportation and murder, the highest proportion of any Western European country. The hunger winter of 1944 to 45 left 20,000 Dutch civilians dead from starvation, while Allied forces were still fighting to reach them. And yet, across that same occupation, thousands of Dutch families hid Jewish neighbors, carried messages for the resistance, and risked execution to keep something alive that they could not name but could not abandon. On 5th May 1945, German General Johannes Blaskowitz surrendered to Canadian General Charles Foulkes in Hotel de Wereld, the Hotel of the World in Wageningen. It was an extraordinarily intimate ceremony for such a momentous event. A single room, 2 generals, a document, a signature. The hotel still stands. Every year on 5th May, a delegation gathers there to reenact the signing. Some things are too important to let become abstract. Liberation Day was celebrated in 1945 and every year after. From 1945 to 1990, it was observed as a national public holiday. In 1990, it was enshrined by law as an annual national commemoration. The same year, German reunification completed and Europe's post-war order was formally closing. In the 1990s, the Bevrijdingsfestivals, Liberation Festivals, began, free outdoor music events held across the Netherlands on 5th May. There are now 14 of them in cities from Groningen to Maastricht, all free, every year. Today, Liberation Day means 14 free festivals simultaneously across the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, Rotterdam, The Hague, Utrecht, Groningen, Zwolle, Haarlem, and more. Over 1 million people attend. The festivals are deliberately free of charge. This is not an accident of budget or logistics. It is a statement. Freedom is not something you pay to access. The concerts, the food stalls, the crowds in the sun, all of it costs nothing at the gate. That is the point. The Dutch have built a 2-day sequence that does not allow grief and celebration to be separated. On 4th May, Dodenherdenking, Remembrance Day, the entire country holds 2 minutes of silence at 8 in the evening. Trams stop, cyclists dismount, cars pull over. The silence is national, simultaneous, complete. Then on 5th May, the festivals open and the music starts. Remember on the 4th, celebrate on the 5th. The sequence is deliberate. You are not allowed to skip the first part. 3 facts about Dutch Liberation Day. First, all 14 Liberation Festivals are free to attend because the Dutch deliberately decided that freedom should not have a ticket price. Second, it was largely Canadian armed forces who liberated the Netherlands. The bond between the two countries remains one of the closest bilateral friendships in the world. Thousands of Canadian soldiers are buried in Dutch soil. And the Netherlands sends Canada 10,000 tulip bulbs every year in gratitude. Third, more than 20,000 Jewish Dutch citizens were hidden by Dutch families during the occupation, one of the highest rates of civilian rescue in occupied Western Europe. Liberation Day is not purely a celebration. It carries the weight of what the Netherlands lost and the memory of what was done and not done during 5 years of occupation. The Dutch conversation about the war has never fully closed. Questions about collaboration, about who helped and who looked away, run alongside the pride in those who resisted. 5th May holds all of it. The festivals are joyful. The memory is not simple. Both things are true at once. Netherlands' liberation on 5th May 1945 came later than most of Western Europe. France was liberated in August 1944. Belgium in September 1944. Italy on 25th April 1945. While parts of France were already free, the Netherlands was enduring the hunger winter, the most severe civilian famine in Western Europe during the war. The Dutch liberation was the last in Western Europe. That sequence matters. The weight was not abstract. It was measured in the dead. Vacation Maximizer is a free app for iOS and Android that helps you plan time off around public holidays like Liberation Day. Download free, links in the description.